Already one strike on Orlando Cabrera. Game 2 is underway. Scott Feldman is on the mound. Now 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff man for the Oakland A's. Former Angel and several other teams for Orlando Cabrera. He's going to foul one off Taylor Teagarden, who's a battery mate for Feldman tonight. You don't ask Jared Saltalamacchia to catch 18 innings on an 88-degree day/night. So a chance for Teagarden in Game 2. The Rangers will try to sweep the Oakland A's. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be feathered towards right center. A base hit for Orlando Cabrera. The rest of the A's lineup is going to be presented by Southwest Airlines. We'll take a peek. After Cabrera, it's Adam Kennedy and then Matt Holliday going 1-2-3 for manager Bob Guerin. Jason Giambi relegated to DH in Game 2. Ryan Sweeney, Bobby Crosby's at first. Landon Powell is catching. Jack Hanahan, Rajay Davis, and eventually Edgar Gonzalez on the mound. But Feldman starts on the mound. Here's the scouting report.
Well, as a starter, he's been terrific. Overall, his numbers are fine. As a starter, they're even better. .222 opponent's batting average.
Kennedy nails one to right field. It's bending, and it goes barely foul.
His opponent's batting average as a starter is below 200. He's had 6 starts, and his ERA as a starter in that period of time is the 8th best in the American League at .252.
Pitching with a lot of poise. Certainly a different looking pitcher just in terms of body language than back, say in 06 when Adam Kennedy charged the mound. And there was Scott Feldman on the receiving end of that. Remember that? The Rangers and the Angels.
I do remember that.
I'm sure Feldman remembers that. Kennedy, who just a few weeks ago was playing for the Durham Bulls, a AAA ball for Tampa Bay. He had a 3-hit game plus a walk in the opener tonight. Feldman's got it. Going to Omar Vizquel for 1. Dancing on the bag. It's a double play.
Well, he just knocked the bat right out of his hand in that one. You would tell by the sound of the bat that that thing hit off the handle.
Boy, and after Kennedy just missed a 2-run home run down the line. It's a bases clearing double play.
That's a good cutter that he can get into the left-hand hitters.
Yeah, the cutter has been a tremendous pitch for Feldman. As you mentioned, as a starter, he's been keeping the ball in the yard. The only 2 home runs he's allowed were in his last game, that against the Houston Astros, and he still pitched very well. Matt Holliday had the opposite field double in the 9th inning to give the Rangers a bit of a scare in the opener tonight. Frankie Francisco with a 6-3 lead, dealing with 2nd and 3rd. They struck out Jason Giambi to end it. With that win, the Rangers are back to their high-water mark for the year, 9 games over 500. The owners of the best record in the entire American League at 28-19. Ball 4 to Holliday. Well, if you missed Game 1, the Rangers had dipped down to AAA. Tommy Hunter got the start, lasted 5 1/3, gave up 3 runs. He's now packing up, getting ready to go right back to Oklahoma City. The Rangers making a corresponding roster move. They have dipped down to AA Frisco. They've got Guillermo Moscoso here and ready if they need him. It's the right-hander they got in the Gerald Laird trade. He's looking to make his big league debut. Giambi, who again struck out to end the game. The Rangers won 6-3 in the opener. Rangers played 2 doubleheaders last year. They swept one and split one. Worst they can do is a split here tonight. Ooh, and Giambi hit. He does get hit by a lot of pitches. He led the American League a couple of years ago.
Well, Scott's trying to pitch him in. That's where the other pitches were. That's a cutter. He just cuts it too far in.
More than 160 times has Jason Giambi been hit by a pitch in the big leagues. Two on, two out for Ryan Sweeney.
Well, he's glad he didn't put that in play. The ball hit right above his knuckles. That would have been almost the same ball that Kennedy hit back to the pitcher.
Got a big crowd in the home run porch for this second game. Those right field bleachers. Nelly Cruz hit one out that way in the 8th inning of game 1. Marlon Byrd had homered in the 7th. I think the most exciting home run, though, was the one that rung the foul pole down the left field line. That was Andrew Jones.
Hit it so hard it didn't hook. Generally, those balls right down the line hook a little bit. It looked like it just straightened right out.
Trying to check his swing is Sweeney, and he did. That's C.B. Buckner, by the way, calling balls and strikes. Mike Muchlinski down there at third.
Good call.
Not much of a wind at the ballpark. Kind of a still warm evening here. Be a fireworks show after the game tonight. Again, the Rangers took the opener 6-3. Had to come from behind to do it. On 2-2. We will do it again. We're just going through the home run hitters for the Rangers tag in that first game. Marlon Byrd had gone 32 games without one. And then blasted away. That was a huge home run. Tied the game 3-3. Andrew Jones then hit his 2-run homer. He's hit safely in 12 of 13 games at Rangers Ballpark this year. Nelly Cruz had the other home run. He's got 6 home runs in his last 9 games.
He's had some doubles, too. He had a huge double to get the Rangers on the scoreboard in the first inning.
Fly ball. Hamilton's got to go get it. It takes off on him, though, and he will not get it. The A's are going to jump out to the early lead. Giambi rumbles to third. He's told to stop right there. 1-0 A's as Ryan Sweeney pounds one in the left center alley.
That's a pitch Scott would like to have back right there. He was pounding him in with his cutter. He was getting jammed, fouling him off, but unfortunately, then he hung this curveball belt high, and it was a pretty good pitch to hit. Got the double play to get 2 quick outs, and then walked Holiday, and with 2 strikes hit Giambi.
And Mike Maddox out there to talk to Feldman. C.B. Buckner waiting patiently on the periphery. He's given Maddox a long time here with Feldman. Scott's been the victim of some tough luck here at home. He has not won in this ballpark in more than a dozen starts, but boy, he has pitched well enough to do so. First pitch strike to Crosby. "12 months and 3 weeks ago, the last time he has won on this mound." Rangers will be facing Edgar Gonzalez, a former Arizona Diamondback, in the bottom of the first inning. Got him. The A's strand runners at second and third. They do score once. Now the Rangers with Kinsler, Young, and Hamilton coming up. Dealers, check out the all-new F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. By Progressive, for a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. By Carter Blood Center, give blood often. Visit carterbloodcare.org. By Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. Rangers trail 1-0 in Game 2. They've already won once here at the ballpark today/tonight. Southwest Airlines starting lineup: Kinsler, Young, and Hamilton get it going. Then Nelly Cruz, who's been really hitting it for power of late. Blaylock, Murphy, and Davis, Teagarden, and Omar Vizquel, the 42-year-old shortstop, batting ninth. Edgar Gonzalez, a right-hander on the mound. A lot of lefties in the Oakland rotation. Edgar Gonzalez is not one of them.
He started out the season in AAA, that's Sacramento. He had 7 starts. He was 3-2. 81 career major league games. He was with Arizona from 03 to 08. He's 26 years old, the 8th starter that the A's have had this year, and the 2nd oldest at age 26.
Kinsler opens up 2-0.
He had walked a couple of times in the first game as well.
He is heading towards the walk right here at 3-0. Gonzalez brought up to fill Sean Gallagher's spot in the rotation. Native of Mexico brings it, and he has walked Kinsler right away. Bob Guerin has Landon Powell catching Game 2, not Kurt Suzuki. Powell's decent defensively, not of the ilk, I guess, though, of Suzuki, who continues to be one of the better all-around catchers we've seen in the American League. We'll see if Kinsler tests out this combo of Gonzalez and Landon Powell. Five in a row have missed. Michael Young was a hard luck 0 for 4 in that first game. He hit a couple of line drives to the outfield. A lot of attention being paid to Ian Kinsler, who is 10 of 11 stealing bases. Rangers have a couple guys tagged that are on that pace for a 30-30 season. Kinsler and Nelly Cruz both. Both those guys already have 13 home runs. Kinsler's got 10 steals and Nelly Cruz has 9.
Yep.
Only one pitch out of 7 so far has been a strike for Gonzalez. Josh Altman started that opener for Oakland, and we were pretty impressed with the stuff from Josh Altman.
Definitely. He's pitched an outstanding ball game. Rangers jumped on him in the first inning with a walk, an infield hit, and Nelly Cruz's double. Then Marlin hit the home run late on a pretty good breaking ball, really. And in between, he struck out 9 batters. He was outstanding.
Career high 9 strikeouts for him. Michael Young couldn't get it. And the hitless night at the ballpark continues. It'll be Josh Hamilton coming up next.
Good comeback from Gonzalez. After walking the first hitter, falling behind Michael, came back and got him with a fastball.
Josh Hamilton seldom sees a real good pitch to hit to open up.
Well, many times it's a ball, so that's a good idea right there. Make him get it up. Make him throw you a strike. Now you're ahead in the count.
The Rangers, as we said, with the best record in the American League. Josh Hamilton is 6th on his own team in home runs. Of course, Josh pretty much carried the Rangers through May last year. Not a lot of other guys were hitting. He was way up above everybody. That ball getting away. Crosby didn't know where it was. Ball gets in the dugout. So after all that attention being paid to Ian Kinsler, he's at second base anyway.
Well, kept throwing over there until he made a bad throw. Ian would have gotten to second, even if that ball didn't go into the dugout, because Crosby kind of lost track of where it was.
And now Hamilton powers one down the left field line to the corner. It goes. It's fair. Kinsler scores. Hamilton is second with a double.
Fastball tailing away, just barely fair inside the line. In fact, thank goodness for the chalk.
Yeah,
couldn't miss that one. Got a firecracker going off. Played in quickly by Holiday too. Looked like a routine double. Josh had to hustle and slide to beat it. Breaking ball outside to Nelly Cruz.
Boy, Nelson has just surged now. The batting average is, well, a 300 flirtation, 298. And following up on his huge AAA year last year. 13 homers already and 35 runs batted in. Pretty close to being in the top 10 for runs batted in. He is in the top 5 in terms of home runs. The Rangers have hit the most home runs in the major leagues. But as us announcer types have been talking about pretty much all year, we've been there, done that, seen that. The pitching and defense has really been the thing that's hoisted the Rangers past what everybody thought they would be. Cruz is jammed, and he's got a base hit anyway. When you're hot, you're hot. Broken bat single. First and third, one out.
Now Josh had to wait, and I don't know if Kennedy did it on purpose or he waited to see where the ball was, but Kennedy kept facing the ball like he had a chance to catch it, which maybe froze Josh at second, and then the ball dropped over his head. But on a ball like this, it's difficult to take off until you know it's going to land. Just barely landed in back of Kennedy. Missed it by about a foot, 2 feet. And with Hank coming up next, still pretty good shape with only one out. It was a good pitch by Gonzalez, though. He threw a tailing fastball in on the fist. Nelly was able to fight it off for that soft single.
After the visit from the pitching coach, Kurt Young, it is a chance for Blaylock, and Hank really hasn't had a chance to play that much lately. The Rangers are still sticking with Chris Davis at first base, trying to get him jump-started again. There have been the flashes of power from Chris Davis, the great defense from Chris, but he's now struck out in 21 of his last 31 at-bats. You got both guys in the lineup here in game 2. Blaylock is the DH and Davis playing first. Nelly Cruz had started towards second. Now he's back to first.
That play worked. He just didn't get it back to first quickly enough.
You always hear, oh, that play never works. But yeah, you're right. It almost did.
Fakes to third. Nelly takes off.
Whoops.
But he really didn't go to first base quickly enough to have a chance to get Nelly. And Nelly showed some quickness for a big guy. Put on the brakes and scamper back.
Wayne Kirby is coaching first base today and tonight. Gary Pettis is off at a graduation ceremony. One of his daughters graduating high school back in California. So former big league outfielder Wayne Kirby, your first base coach for tonight. Outside in what's been a long first inning. Feldman needed 20 pitches in the top of the first. Gonzalez getting there here in the bottom. Blaylock to left field. The opposite field approach is working. A run has scored. Nelly Cruz to third. Another Ranger double, this time from the hammer.
Nice job of hitting. No balls, 2 strikes, took a strike, and then took the ball the other way, pretty much just like Josh did. Line shots down the left field line by left-hand hitters. Pretty good pitch. It was up a little bit, but it was on the outside part of the plate. Just driven down the left field line.
David Murphy takes on the outside corner. Boy, you'll love to answer right away, huh? The A's got one in the first, threatened for more. The Rangers come right back with 2. Murphy a little late on the fastball. He's behind 0-2. David got off to that 0-for-22 start. Things have normalized for him since then. Got that first hit in Baltimore. It was a home run. Maybe that's the thing that'll start happening for Chris Davis now too. Get that one really good game going. Remember, Murphy had another hit and a walk in that game in Baltimore, and then things kind of clicked for him. Murphy really does hang tough with 2 strikes on him. A lot of foul balls, and a lot of times you'll see Murphy come from 0-2 to 3-2.
Well, one thing David does infrequently is swing at the breaking ball out of the strike zone. So after he's behind in the count, they try to get him to fish for that pitch. He does a pretty good job of holding off on it.
Line shot to short. Oh, that's too bad. Again, the opposite field approach producing something of quality. It was a line drive, but that is out number 2.
Well, looks like a pretty good approach against Gonzalez, who throws a fastball that tails away from the left-hand hitters. Don't try to pull it, go the other way with it. Third left-hand hitter to do that on a line.
They're going to go ahead and intentionally walk Chris Davis, and that might be some psychology that spins in Chris Davis's favor. I mean, Davis has to be feeling like, yeah, he's in the struggle of a lifetime right now, unable to make contact up there at the plate. I know first base is open and everything, and it's a strategic maneuver, but they are essentially pitching around Chris Davis to get to Taylor Teagarden.
Well, it's a good opportunity for Taylor, getting an opportunity to play in the second game. Got the bases loaded. He already has 2 runs in. Got to break it open right here in the first inning with a base hit.
Taylor's been swinging a pretty good bat. The thing is, he just doesn't get to play that much because Saltalamacchia has taken hold of that starting and catcher's position. It's going to be about a 30-pitch first inning for Gonzalez at least. And Taylor's still looking for his first home run of 09, but he's been hitting some line drives of late. Line drive, base hit. And the move to walk Chris Davis blows up on Bob Guerin. It's 4-1.
Oh, he just stepped up there. Hasn't played in 5 days. First pitch he sees, lines into the left field for a couple of runs.
Bob Guerin had that the humanity look on his face right there too. His team is slip sliding at 18-27. The Rangers have batted around in the first inning as Omar Vizquel steps in. The Rangers roughed up Gonzalez in spring training when they faced him in mid-March. Got him for 6 runs in 2 innings. This is a flashback to that. Popped into left center field. Rajai Davis was there with Holiday, and Holiday makes the catch to end the inning. The Rangers bat around. Taylor Teagarden, the big hit. And the Rangers lead 4-1. going well. It's 4-1. We go to Jim Knox.
All right, Josh, Community Corner tonight. Hey, we have the Hope Center for Autism on hand, a great organization which Susan Wood, along with her husband, founded a couple years ago, and you help out a number of great kids, don't you, Susan?
Yes, we do. We're very blessed. We work with about 40 families here in the Fort Worth area.
All right, for people who want to get involved in helping out the autism program that you have founded, what do they need to do?
They go to our website. They can make a donation. There's a link right there. They just click on the link and they make a donation. The families that are affected by autism have just an enormous financial burden. And it's a great thing if people get involved and make a donation and help these families out.
All right, Josh and Tom, you may recognize one family just to the left of Susan. It's the wonderful Jennifer Donaldson, along with her son Davis, Emma, and Gracie. That's Kelly Donaldson, who does a great job helping out with the broadcast here on Rangers game. She's on hand. Good-looking family. I'm wondering how Kelly got involved with this, huh? Good-looking family. Well, good to see you guys, and best of luck, and keep up the good work, Susan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Josh.
Great to have the Donaldsons here, and welcome to everybody. It's a website you definitely should check out. HopeCenterForAutism.com. Landon Powell, a dribbler to first. And Chris Davis takes care of it.
Probably won't be the last ball hit like that either, because he throws that cutter into the left-hand hitters, and you'll see that a number of times. That's the same thing Kennedy did. Little dribbler back to the mound right off the handle. He gets Powell and a little grounder to first base.
Jack Hanahan with one out. In an inning in which we'll check some other scores from around baseball. Again, the Rangers already in the win column once today. A 6-3 win in the opener. Yes, sir. Make it 1-1. Laid in there nicely, 1-2. Got Toronto leading Boston tonight 6-2 in the 6th inning, and the Blue Jays desperate to turn around their fortunes. A 9-game losing streak going into that one. And Casey Jansen is getting it done tonight. Tim Wakefield has given up the runs for Boston. Omar Vizquel. No issues there. 2 down.
Another ball hit off the handle. No issues there.
His former team, the Indians, tied with the Yankees 0-0 second inning tonight. I would say Tampa Bay is glad to get out of Cleveland. Tampa Bay has lost 17 straight games in Cleveland.
Wow. They're a pretty good team last year, too.
So the Rangers losing 11 straight in Detroit. Suddenly, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal anymore. 17 in a row. Rajai Davis, the batter. See the game that Boston and Minnesota played yesterday, where it seemed like everybody got ejected in that game. Had a young umpire, Todd Titchener, threw out both starting catchers in 1 inning. Speaking of catchers, the Orioles have promoted their superstar prospect, Matt Wieters, is in the big leagues as of today.
Saw that.
See if he's in the lineup tonight. The Orioles lead the Tigers 7-0. Got a pair of home runs from Luke Scott. And yeah, Wieters is the starting catcher. He's 0 for 3.
Luke Scott hit a home run last night, too.
Bare hand pickup. Look at that. Michael Young. Rangers 4, Oakland 1. It is already 4-1 Rangers in game 2. Kinsler, Young, and Hamilton. They started things up in the first inning. They'll do it again in the second. And Kinsler knocks one foul. A one-time 17th round pick of the Texas Rangers. Out of the University of Missouri, having transferred there from Arizona State. Lost his job to Dustin Pedroia at Arizona State, and now Kinsler trying to unseat Pedroia for the starting nod in the All-Star game. Kinsler leading the fan balloting as of right now. And our Geico quote, Ian Kinsler talking about that. There are a lot of good second basemen in the American League. But right now, the only one with that many votes is Ian Kinsler. Down the mound is Gonzalez, throws out Ian. We were talking earlier about the Sporting News piece on Ian. And they did a nice Q&A with him, Tag. Asked him a bunch of things. They asked him what's on his bucket list, you know, things to do before you're dead and buried. Number one, he said, was play a round of golf with a score below 75. That was number one.
Wow.
Number two, he said, is beat my dad at basketball. He dares to dream. Michael Young pops out. And Josh Hamilton coming up a little bit later, by the way. Our Dodge Grab Life by the Horns feature with Josh. He's going to tell us about Chuck Norris. Already Josh with an RBI opposite field double in game 2. And a walk and a run scored in the 8th. The Rangers had the rally in the 8th inning to win. It all got started with the Hamilton walk. Nice little comeback by the Rangers in that first game, trailing 3-2 late.
Well, they do what they do, and that's hit home runs.
They are who they thought we might see them be. Josh Hamilton flies to right. It's a 1-2-3 second after a 4-run first. You buy your Texas Dodge dealers. Grab Life. Visit your Texas Dodge dealer today. Buy Geico, where 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. And buy AT&T. Switch to the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Nice shot and a nice score. If you're a Ranger fan, 4-1 as we go to the third. Rangers won the opener 6-3 in come from behind fashion. Bay Area native Scott Feldman was not an A's fan growing up. He was a Giants fan. Rangers will play the Giants in San Francisco in about 3 weeks. That'll be a real thrill for Scott Feldman. Outside shot that the Rangers might be seeing the big unit going for number 300. He's at 299 right now. He'd have to get some no decisions or a loss or something like that in between. Rangers have a road trip to both San Francisco and Phoenix. Get to play the Diamondbacks this year. And temperatures that should cool down to about 157 degrees. Strike to Cabrera, 2-1. I think the next road trip, though, Tag, is going to be the real telling one. The Rangers have to go to New Yankee Stadium and to Fenway. And hopefully they will get there in a good mood and on a nice little win streak. Got a few more games against the A's before they get there, but they will find out something about themselves playing those teams for 6 games on the road.
Always tough places for anybody to play.
Strike to Cabrera.
They're lifting up his arms like that ball is inside, but didn't get the call because it wasn't inside. It's right on the corner.
So there,
Orlando.
now a foul. Yeah, before the Rangers get to New York, 7:05 game against the A's tomorrow night, then the 2:05 game Sunday. Both games on Fox Sports Southwest. Slugged into left field, base hit. Thought he had the walk earlier. This is better for Cabrera. He's on his way to second base. So Cabrera's 2 for 2. Adam Kennedy comes up. We check our forward leaderboard. Adam Kennedy's going to be on it. Here at the ballpark. Got to figure that Vlad Guerrero is number 1 on that list, but then a couple of A's and a former Oakland A, Jason Kendall. Corner men are in a bit. Kennedy takes outside. A crowd that's looking very 35,000-ish. Watching the Rangers and the A's play game 2. Got the fireworks show set for after the game. That'll be 7 straight crowds of north of 33,000 for the Rangers. Which goes to show what I think a lot of people already knew, that it's not if you build it they will come. If you win some ball games they will come.
Yeah, originally it's if you build it they will come, but eventually you have to start winning.
Honeymoons don't last forever.
No, they don't.
Over to first base, and Davis so solid all year over there. Runner advances on the play. Matt Holliday will come up. Holliday's former team, the Colorado Rockies, made a managerial switch today. Clint Hurdle is out. Jim Tracy is in. Jim's got a son who's in the Rangers minor league system, Chad Tracy, out of Pepperdine. Let's see how that managerial switch is going. So far, real well. No score in the bottom of the first. The Padres and the Rockies tonight. Holliday's former team is at the bottom of the NL West. We check the Jack in the Box standings. The Dodgers way out in front. Imagine when they get Manny Ramirez back.
Yeah, depending on what happens to Juan Pierre. If Juan Pierre goes back on the bench, then obviously Manny's going to help. But Juan Pierre's been huge since Manny's been on the restricted list.
Pierre's hitting close to .430.
Yeah, he's been great. You see the play in the Dodger game last night? Man on second, Rafael Furcal bunts the ball past the third baseman into left field for an RBI single.
When you're hot, you're hot. And the Dodgers lost today. They lost to the Cubs 2-1. That was Ted Lilly over Chad Billingsley. Cubs have been slumping, but it looks like they're maybe turning things around. Inside to Holiday, the walk.
Scott struggled a little bit with his command. Trying to hit the corners. He's missing a little bit. Not by a lot. But you get spoiled watching Scott's first six starts.
Well, Jason Giambi will bat. Remember, he was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Big year with the Yankees last year. Remember last year he had that 1970s style mustache that all the Yankee fans were paying a lot of attention to. That's a foul ball. You know, Giambi was a guy in college back at Long Beach State. Played 154 college games, Tag. He had 9 home runs. But obviously, he is a power threat as a major leaguer.
And the other thing he did in his Double-A season, second year or so, I'll check this to make sure, he hit like about 220 in Double-A.
Yeah, it took a while for him to really get in gear.
He obviously got bigger and stronger. Yeah, he had 223 in Huntsville. That was in his second full season, his third minor league season. 6 home runs, knocked in 30 runs. Got called up to AAA, added 100 points to his batting average.
Then the other thing you'll notice when he did get to the big leagues, his batting average improved every year his first 7 seasons, which is incredible. He started at 256, not like he started at 0. 256, 291, 293, 295, then 315, 333, and 342. On the ground, first base. Here's one out. Run coming in. And they do, yes, finally get Matt Holliday. The run is going to count, though. The run scores.
Yeah, that's one where you're better off throwing it to second base because you've got Giambi running. There's no way he's going to beat the throw. But once you tag the base, it's not a force out anymore.
Check the runner coming in. He's going to score right there to make it 4-2. Rangers ahead 4-2. They've already won 6-3 earlier today. They're trying to sweep the Oakland A's. Nelson Cruz, Hank Blaylock, David Murphy to bat in the bottom of inning 3. Now it is a real nice night for baseball. 84 degrees, and it was, I think, because of the fact that there really wasn't any wind, just a stiflingly hot late afternoon. As we get towards dusk here in North Texas, very comfortable at the ballpark. And on the hands of Cruz, he fouls it back. By the way, on that last double play, kind of an unconventional double play turned by the Rangers, no RBI for Jason Giambi. Though Cabrera scoots home from third.
On that play, if Chris threw to second first and then back to first, it's a double play and no run scores. But once he steps on first base, the runner who was already on first base, Holiday, doesn't have to go to second base. And therefore, you have to tag him before the run scores. That didn't happen, so the run counted. And it was a good job of base running by Holiday to know enough to stop, make Omar come after him, and allow the run to score before he was tagged.
Right, if Holiday doesn't throw it in the reverse, it's probably still 4-1.
It's a hard hit ball, and so Chris has time to throw to second right now. Steps on first. Now it's not a force out anymore. You know, if you're late in the game and this is a huge run and you step on first, then you have to go home. Just make sure that run doesn't score.
Into the crowd on the foul ball. Back to the out-of-town scoreboard. The Yankees have taken a 2-0 lead in Cleveland tonight. The Rays lead the Twins 4-1 in the 6th. Carl Crawford has home run number 2. Evan Longoria number 13. Down goes Nelly Cruz. Our Cabot Woodstein legendary performance is going to take us back 18 years ago this month. Ricky Henderson steals his 939th career base. Happened to do it on the same day Nolan Ryan had no-hitter number 7. So around here, that was a much bigger deal. But in Oakland, they were digging Ricky. And in fact, Ricky was digging Ricky. That's when he grabbed the mic and said, "Today I am the greatest base stealer of all time." Or something like that. Here,
thanks for being here, Lou Brock.
Here we go.
Lou Brock was a symbol of great base stealing. But today, I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
I love that. The Ricky Henderson Hall of Fame induction will be this July 26th. And I still say that has the potential to be the greatest Hall of Fame speech of all time. Blaylock back to the mound. Out number 2.
Six in a row retired by Edgar Gonzalez after struggling in the first inning.
Somewhere back in there is Omar Vizquel. Speaking of stolen bases, he's getting close to 400 for his career. Actually, Ricky was just stating a fairly obvious fact. I mean, he was statistically the greatest base stealer of all time.
That's why they stopped the game.
Still, it wasn't exactly a Gandhi moment. It's not like he said, I pale in comparison to Lou Brock, who's here right next to me. Murphy, base hit right field. The Rangers had been set down to the tune of 6 in a row, but now Murphy with the hit to bring up Chris Davis. The White Sox lead the Royals tonight. That is 5-0 in the 5th inning in Kansas City. Clayton Richard getting the start for Chicago. Got a home run from Jermaine Dye tonight. A time called right there. Mariners play the Angels tonight. Right now the Rangers are 3.5 ahead of the Angels. We mentioned in the National League the Cubs beat the Dodgers at Wrigley today 2-1. The Cubs are back above 500. Dodgers the best record in baseball, 34-16. Second best record is the Rangers. The Phillies lead the Washington Nationals 5-4. That game's in the 7th. The Nationals have the worst record in the majors, 13-33. Davis big, rip and a miss. Astros trying to break a losing streak. They've got a 5-0 lead in Pittsburgh tonight thanks to a home run from Edwin Masonette. Home run power is what you get when you play Edwin Masonette. Davis swing and a miss. Mets and the Marlins are 1-1 in the 9th tonight. Reds and Brewers tied 2-2 in the 5th. Prince Fielder, home run number 11. Golfed into the crowd. Chris Davis was wearing the high stirrup look in game 1. Trying to change his luck, I guess, but 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. He is back to low pants. There are only so many ways you can wear your pants. At some point, you just got to get some hits to drop in. Davis swings and doesn't get it. Rangers strand David Murphy, but they're leading at the end of 3 here in game 2, 4-2. We go to the 4th inning. Here's the Aflac trivia question. The only 3 players in Major League history to have 2 different uniform numbers retired. One of them just might be in the ballpark tonight. Now Scott Feldman back to work. He's got a 4-2 lead in the 4th inning. The Rangers won the opener tonight by the final of 6-3. Once again doubling up. They're friends from Oakland, California. The Swingin' A's, they were called in the 1970s when they were scoring a lot of runs. The 2009 version, however, we talked about this in Game 1. They are dead last in the major leagues in slugging percentage. Davis has it. That happened to him Wednesday, too, where a line drive was kind of in and out of the glove, and then he just kind of reached out and made sure.
Hard hit ball. Chris is getting ready to jump in case it was over his head. Didn't have to jump, but still got the glove on it.
Getting ready to jump just in case he spontaneously shrunk. Well, again, everything hit Chris's way. He's making the play on. Even when he's not hit that near him, he's going and getting. He had that wonderful catch reaching into the first row of the seats in the opener tonight.
Scott looking for a quick inning right here. He's throwing a lot of pitches in the first 3 innings, even though he had a 1-2-3 second. Pitch count's right around 60 right now.
That ball nailed foul by Crosby.
Here's the numbers.
One-time Rookie of the Year. Crosby will take up too high. The A's had quite a run of Rookies of the Year for a while. We'll get back to that thought in just a moment. First, we tell you about Casting Crowns performing on the North Lawn before the game tomorrow. Concert begins at 5, and the Rangers and A's play at 7:05. Got him. Struck him out.
That's hitting your spot right there. 2 strikeouts. Let's check it out. Looks like he's looking for the outside corner. And he caught it nicely. Number 6, right on the corner, right where he wanted to throw it.
Landon Powell will take a strike. We're talking about young Oakland A's. They used to break in guys that were right there for Rookie of the Year. It seemed like every year. They had the run in the 80s of Canseco, then McGuire, then Walt Weiss 3 years in a row. Ben Grieve was a winner in 1998, and then Crosby in 04, Houston Street in 05. On appeal? Nope.
The Dodgers had a number of guys there for a while. Rookie of the Year. Close. Could have gone either way.
Towards right. Nelson Cruz has got it. Rangers leading 4-2 in the nightcap. retired, and there were different uniforms. Actually, 2 different players. Reggie Jackson, though, too, right? Carlton Fisk, Nolan Ryan, and yeah, Reggie Jackson is the 3rd one. We just show you 2 out of 3. We're good like that. And Nolan, of course, we got Taylor Teagarden leading off here. He's got a big hit in this one. Remember, they intentionally walked Davis to get to Teagarden in the first. They responded with a 2-out, 2 RBI hit. Boy, same exact hit that he had in the first inning. He's got it again here in the 4th.
Oh, waited nicely on that curveball, too. Yeah, Gonzalez has settled down pretty well since Taylor had the 2-run single in the first. He's only given up a couple of singles, 1 to Murphy, 1 to Teagarden just now.
Tom, you were talking last half inning about the A's and their run of rookies of the year, and you mentioned the Dodgers had a similar kind of run. I was just looking that up, and the run of 3 in a row that they had was Eric Karros, Mike Piazza, and Raul Mondesi all in a row. Before that, of course, Jackie Robinson and Don Newcomb, Joe Black, Jim Gilliam, Frank Howard. Rangers certainly have some candidates for Rookie of the Year this year. Elvis Andrus heads that list. The guy replacing him in the lineup tonight just smoked one foul, Omar Vizquel. Base hit right field for Omar. Teagarden turns around second, and he'll stop. Well, the bottom of the order coming through, huh? Teagarden and Vizquel, 2 guys who didn't even play in the opener. 3 for 4 here in game 2.
Yeah, Omar came into the game hitting .340. So he may be hitting at the bottom of the lineup, but he's swinging the bat like a top of the lineup guy.
Your rookie year tag was which year? 60.
I guess it was 1970.
It was 70, not 69.
No, I don't think didn't get called up in 69.
Just looking at the rookies of the year, that was Thurman Munson in 1970 was Rookie of the Year.
A pretty good rookie.
Lou Piniella the year before that for the Kansas City Royals. What's weird about that one is Lou was in the big leagues briefly in 1964, and then 5 years later is when he got back, and
wow.
He's Rookie of the Year 5 years after he's in the league for the first time. High drive, Ian Kinsler into left center. Davis moving over. He's got it. Both runners are tagging, but now Vizquel thinks better of it. He'll retreat. First and third with 1 out. It's a productive out for Ian Kinsler.
They look pretty good right there. He must have hit a little bit toward the end of the bat to have the ball only carry where it went to. The Rangers have a chance to get one of those runs back. Make it 5-2. Take a 3-run lead right here if Michael can get the ball in the air to the outfield.
Michael started his evening hitting .335. He's down to .324. 0 for 4 in the opener. Some hard luck. 0 for 2 in the nightcap.
Now here's where you don't mind hitting a fairly hard hit line drive to the outfield if it's caught.
Yeah, at least
pick up a run, you don't get it at bat.
Behind 0-2, you've got Hamilton on deck. Good speed at first in Vizquel. We got an email from Ranger fan Ryan wondering how the Rangers got Vizquel. That was a straight up free agent signing to a minor league contract initially, right?
Yep.
A dive at first base. That ball is foul. It would have been a heck of a catch by Crosby. Yeah, Omar was with the Giants last year. He seemed very excited about the opportunity to become a Ranger. He knew he wouldn't be the starting shortstop. They were going to hand the keys to that vehicle to the kid, Elvis Andrews. Boy, he's been a handy guy to have around. We've seen him start at third base, second base, and shortstop. Rookie of the Year candidate right there. Just lost his hat. That's Elvis. If you'd like to email the booth, by the way, foxsports.com is how to get that done. The keyword email Rangers. Two balls, two strikes with Hamilton on deck. Inning started with a couple of singles from Teagarden and Vizquel. There's that fly ball that should get the job done. Let's see here. Davis running up on it. He's got it. And he'll fire. Cut off. 5-2.
The key is with man on third and less than 2 outs, make contact. Get the ball in the air. Doesn't have to be anything special. That's just about as deep as you need to hit it to get that run in. Probably a little bit to spare. Ball was cut off because it was tailing toward third base. And if it hit the ground, it would have been about halfway up the line, it looked like.
Tag with or without your permission, I'm going to put in the call here for Josh Hamilton.
All right, you have my permission. No. Just
it's always been
you evidently needed it or anything, but
I just like it when when you endorse it.
So. Oh, I endorse it.
All right. I think we both left our calls on the table in game one.
That's right.
One per customer per game. High fly ball.
It's not caught yet.
Yeah, it's true. Could be an inside the Parker. No. Sweeney makes the catch. Rangers settle for 1 run and looking to sweep the A's. They're up in the nightcap 5-2. Texas Ford dealers. Check out the all-new F-150 and drive one. By Aflac Insurance, we've got you under our wing. And by Corona, official sponsor of the Timeout. Rangers ahead 5-2. They've already won tonight by the final of 6-3. Had to rally to get that done. Had home runs from Marlon Byrd, Andrew Jones, and Nelson Cruz in that one. Ended up being a 3 RBI game for Nelly Cruz. And the rarely seen home run off the foul pole. That was the one from Andrew Jones that broke a 3-3 tie. That ball creamed into right center field. Jack Hanahan. And Hamilton will usher it back in, making sure that Hanahan retreats to first. Leadoff man is on here in the 5th. We go to Jim Knox.
All right, Josh and Tom, I think we've come across a first tonight, and that is we've never come across a pig at the ballpark. But we have a pig at the ballpark. There's got to be a good reason behind this. What is it?
Hi, I'm Ann Bailey. I'm an algebra teacher at North Junior High in Richardson, and these are all my students.
So why are you wearing the pig outfit?
I made a challenge bet with them about passing the tax test, and 100% pass, 73% commended rate. So I told them I'd wear whatever they wanted me to wear.
There we go. You wore it all day long at school.
Yes. They picked the pig costume in honor of the swine flu scare. And they've been doing all-star ballots, and we've been working some algebra problems related to baseball, math, and whatnot. So.
Well, very good. She's also a long-time season ticket holder, and the pig outfit looks great. What do you think, girls and guys? There we go. They love it up here. All right, John.
And meantime, the double play turn by Omar Vizquel. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, class. And Omar Vizquel handles everything hit his way. I don't recall my algebra teacher ever dressing up.
Like a pig?
Like for anything.
Or anything. Travis Buck had a pretty good first game. He had a 2-run homer, a couple more hits.
Right.
But he's not in there for this game.
I'm not unhappy about that, personally.
Managers like to get everybody a chance to play in the game. Nothing wrong with that. You look at from the Rangers standpoint, Andrew Jones, Marlon Byrd, each had great games in the first game. They're getting a rest in the second game. That's kind of the way the managers do it.
Well, let me put it this way, Tag. 4 guys hit a home run in that first game. 3 of them are not playing in game 2.
That's right.
Quick reminder, Texas Rangers Photo Day is coming up Sunday before the Rangers-A's game. The first 5,000 fans with a camera get on the warning track to take photos of their favorite Ranger players. Gates open at 11 a.m. Nicely done by Scott Feldman. Got a double play, a harmless flyout. And halfway done in game 2 with the Rangers on top yet again. Andrew Jones would break it open with a 2-run shot off the left field foul pole. Nelson Cruz followed up with his 13th of the year. And then Frankie Francisco closed it out, his 11th save in 11 tries. 6-3 the final. The Rangers leading the nightcap 5-2. And here is Nelson Cruz to get the Rangers going, the cleanup man. We'll be chatting with Steve Busby in this inning as well, as Nelson will hit one in the air towards center. Rajai Davis in to put it away. 1 up, 1 down before we can even talk to the great Steve Busby. We just speed through your half innings, boy.
I don't know what to tell you. They just want to keep me off the here as much as possible. Well, keep it short.
It's your world. What are you loving from game 2?
Well, I like what I've seen from Scott Feldman so far in that he's settled down a bit. He's gotten command. And, that's one good thing about being a starter is you can ease into things if you're having trouble. Early, you have the opportunity to get better. In a relief role, you don't have that opportunity. And I think Scott Feldman's done a very good job of getting command of something he can work with so far. I also like the approach that both Hamilton and Blaylock took in the first inning against a guy they hadn't seen anything of. Went the other way with the fastball to him.
Yep.
And even Murphy, when he lined out, same thing, right? Opposite field approach.
Exactly. And that takes some discipline. That takes you got to credit Rudy Jaramillo for getting that stuff together and laying it out for him and say, here's what we need to do, and credit the guys for being able to execute that plan.
Blaylock sending one into center field. Another chance for Davis. He's got it. I don't think we've had anything but a 1-2-3 inning with you in the booth. So the pressure's on Murphy here to get this going.
Yeah, that's part of the deal. I can't hang around one spot too long.
How you doing on radio tonight? How's that going?
It's going good. It's going good. I think it's about the same score over there as it is over here. At least it looks like it. No, it's fun.
5-2.
No, I really enjoy it. Eric is such a tough guy to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, he's real demanding and just not pleasant at all. I really have a good time with him.
Well, we're doing our best here, Buzz, to make you feel welcome, too. But, all right, see? Hang around now. David Murphy, base hit. Thank you, Murph. Increasing our buzz time.
That's the first hit I've given up all year, I think.
Chris Davis comes to the plate. And, Buzz, your take on Chris Davis. Obviously, this is a guy that's proven he can hit at this level. I mean, he hit real well as a Ranger last year, and he does have a dozen home runs as a Ranger this year.
Yeah, and he can say whatever he wants to about not beating himself up in the frustration. But when you see a guy up there at the plate the way Chris is right now, and he's grinding sawdust out of that bat handle, he might be a little tense. And he's only human. As tough a struggle as he's going through, you've got to feel that. And I don't know that there's an answer. I know hitters would say you have to hit your way out of a slump. You can't just think your way out of it. You got to make it simple, I would think. Go back to the basics and let it fly. Whatever happens, happens. I just hate to get him in a situation now where he's being called out on any close pitch that he takes with 2 strikes. And, that's adding insult to injury.
Yeah, and there's been, let's face it, a lot of that. And getting himself to those 0-2 counts so often. And then there's just not that margin for error on that borderline pitch.
Kind of an unrelated question, Buzz, but Taylor Teagarden had been catching only when Matt Harrison pitches. When you were pitching, obviously there was either 2 catchers or 3 on your team. Did it matter to you which one was catching? Did you have a guy you liked more than another?
Who I enjoyed throwing to the most was Buck Martinez, and he and I worked together well philosophically. And quite honestly, Buck knew when to come out and kick me in the hind end and when to come out and pat me on the back a little bit when I needed some nursemaiding. And he was real good at that. To me, the most valuable asset a catcher has to a pitcher is not calling the game. It's knowing how to handle you when you lose your focus, you lose your concentration, how to get back to where you need to be mentally as quick as possible.
There's some contact. Davis sends it down the line, but foul. There's an opposite field approach right there.
Yep. That's probably something Chris is going to have to get back to. Just being able to drive the ball the other way, I think, takes a lot of pressure off you because you can wait just a hair longer to see the pitch better.
can't hit a 5-run home run, right? I mean, you just got to sometimes get what they or take what they give you.
I don't know. I might have given up a few. It seemed like it sometimes.
You're very modest, Steve Busby, in the booth with us. The 1-2. And pumped out of play again.
You guys were kidding me the other night about the blind squirrel and the acorn. I say that a lot about the no-hitter thing, but I'm comparing me and most other guys like me with Nolan. You know, to me, it was a surprise when Nolan took his best stuff out there and didn't get a no-hitter. I was surprised when they got a hit. For the rest of it, it's a surprise when you throw a no-hitter. And that's kind of what I mean by that.
That's probably true.
Davis down on strikes. Been a real tough night in that regard. Well, hey, Buzz, at least a hit. You were here for a hit.
Way to hang around, big guy.
Talk to you after the game.
All right, sounds good. 5-2 Rangers. Sports Southwest being presented by Amica Insurance. It's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. For more information, visit amicatexas.com. We go to the 6th inning, and there are some Elvis Andrus fans, no doubt. I bet you that starts to catch on.
I think so, too. It's a natural.
There will come a time where you and I probably have to show up with the sideburns this year.
That's a natural.
Although I hope you and I get to portray, original Elvis and not like mid-70s Elvis.
Yeah.
Like that. Last guy there, yeah. Here's Adam Kennedy.
I didn't like Las Vegas Elvis.
The Viva Las Vegas Elvis?
No, I didn't like that one.
Those just look like upside-down goofy ears from, from Disneyland right there. But that's cool. Yeah, Elvis getting the night off after playing in the opener and playing very well. Getting some emails about that, wondering, is Elvis okay? Yes, he's fine, but occasionally Vizquel's got to get out there too.
Yeah, as well as Omar plays, I think Ron looks for ways to get Omar in a ball game.
It's a great problem to have. Again, the Rangers have the youngest and the oldest position players in baseball. Andrus and Vizquel, they play the same position. 20 on the left, 42 on the right. And again, you got the 20-year-old that has the maturity of a 28-year-old. You got the 42-year-old who's still got the athleticism of a 28-year-old. That's about the age of most big league shortstops, 28. Kennedy with a ground ball, a friendly hop to Kinsler. We go to John Radigan.
Josh, we want to remind people to continue tweeting and follow us. Be a follower of Fox Sports Southwest on our Twitter page, FS Southwest. And earlier in the first game, we started tweeting about the food at the ballpark. My favorite, as I showed you then, was the garlic fries. Now, I don't want to just exclusively talk garlic fries. Keep tweeting all of your favorites. I like the pretzel dog, too. Now, you say, why don't you have a half-eaten pretzel dog to show us how much you like it? Okay, the garlic fries were a prop, and I ate all of them. I'm about to explode, and then vampires will go running throughout the Metroplex because I've got so much garlic in me. But so I can't eat a pretzel dog, but if I could, I would. They're awesome.
Well, I tweeted you. My Twitter account is still active, and I tweeted my opinion, which is indeed garlic fries. So
awesome.
I'm on that list, too.
You. Yeah.
Can't beat the garlic fries. Although you're right, you don't want to get too close to people after, but... Thank you, John. Appreciate all the tweeting. And we'll see you after the game on Rangers Live. Got the fireworks show after the game, too. All right, from Twitter to straight on email tag. I got an email here from Ranger fan Kurt. He's from Alvin, Texas. And anyone from Nolan's hometown goes right to the top of the pile. Can you please explain what options are in baseball? What's option waivers? What's straight up options? What is that?
I'll try to do it in simplified form. Basically, once you get on a big league roster, you have 3 options. A team can't keep you forever on a big league roster and send you to the minor leagues. Once you've been optioned in 3 different years, you can be optioned 2 or 3 times in 1 year, but it still only counts as 1 option. So basically, once you've been on a big league roster, after 3 years of being optioned to the minor leagues, the team can't option you anymore. And that's to benefit the player, so you can't just be controlled by a team forever. And once you have the 3rd option, now the team has to put you on outright waivers to get you to the minor leagues. And when they do that, another team could claim you. So essentially, once you get to a big league team, big league roster, they can option you in 3 different years. Then you're out of options, and you can't be sent to the minor leagues without passing through waivers. Now, that's what happened to Nelly Cruz last year. Nelly Cruz had no options, and so the Rangers had to pass him through waivers. They did that. He passed through waivers, and then they could control him in the minor leagues.
Josh Hamilton, an outstanding effort right there, but Giambi ends up reaching on a single. He's been on base now a couple times. And the fans will cheer for Josh Hamilton and this dive that he makes.
Well, people will say, boy, second game of a doubleheader, you've got a 3-run lead. Josh is nursing a couple of injuries. Why would he do that? Well, that's the way he plays. They said the same thing about Rusty Greer. Why does he keep banging into the walls? Well, that's the way he plays. Other guys don't like to dive as much, don't like to bump into walls. But some guys, that's just the way they're wired. That can't tell them not to do it. Wouldn't know how to play if you couldn't play that way.
Is that why all those people all those years told Kevin Brown, don't stick out your hand on a comeback, or he couldn't help it?
Yeah, that's kind of Kevin Millwood has the same instinct to go after a ball like that too. And I think you're more apt to do that when you fall off the mound. Kevin falls off the mound to the first base side, and so any ball hit right up the middle past him on the right side, he can't get his glove to. But because that's his throwing hand side, he can get his throwing hand on the ball, and he's trying to keep a base hit from going up the middle. And by the time you realize don't do that, you've already done it. It's an instinct. You don't have time to think, don't do that.
That one's down and into Sweeney. Had an RBI double back in the first. Rangers won the opener 6-3. Hit 3 home runs late. This lead here in game 2 is a byproduct of a 4-run bottom of the first. Biggest first inning the Rangers have had all year. Sounded like a busted bat right there for Sweeney. Rangers get action in the bullpen now that Feldman's pitch count is up to 96.
Scott's had over 100 pitches in his last 3 outings. He's averaged probably about 107 pitches in his last 3 outings. First time he's ever done that. He was in the rotation most of the year last year, but he never had a stretch of 3 games in a row where he had over 100 pitches.
Walked him. And just like that, the tying man is coming up. Tommy Hunter came up from AAA and started the opening game. He went 5 1/3. Feldman has lasted 5 2/3 so far. If he gets the one more out here, this qualifies as that quality start, right? 6 innings and less than 3 earned runs.
Yeah, he's had 4 of those in a row. His last 4 starts have all been quality starts. Beat the Astros in his last start. Gave up 3 runs in 6 2/3. Threw 107 pitches. Gave up a 2-run homer to Jeff Blum in the 7th inning. Otherwise, his line would have looked even better. Hasn't won in 13 starts at home. They're trying to break that streak.
Couple of 2-out base runners, and now Crosby takes ball 1.
Scott struck out 2 batters. It's been Crosby both times. Once in the 1st, once in the 4th. That was behind 2 balls and no strikes, though.
Right down the line, it's foul. Feldman working on some chewing gum out there on the mound, too. You see hitters a lot of times go up there with gum in their mouth. You don't see a lot of gum chewing pitchers. Wave and a miss. I say same pitch next time, because Crosby has not been coming close to that one tonight.
The cutter outside corner. Can't go wrong with that pitch.
Now still working over the gum. Count is 3-2 to this tying man, Bobby Crosby. In the air, foul ground, Davis over, out of play. Whoa. Everybody okay? You all right? Guy in the red shirt for sure is okay. Got the foul ball. On the ground is short. Omar Vizquel makes another play. The old gunslinger has got it going through 6 innings. Feldman's on top. 5-2. Inning is upon us, brought to you by Sonic and the jackpot worth $600. Good luck to Larry Norwood of Runaway Bay. If a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Larry wins $25,000. You can register at any North Texas Sonic restaurant. Taylor Teagarden will come to the plate. Rangers leading 5-2. We'll try to get to some more emails here in the bottom of the 6th inning. I want to hear for you, Tag.
Okay.
This is from Ranger fan does not want to be identified. Please show more of Tag. I think he is still the sexiest man in baseball.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
I don't know how to respond to that one.
You're blushing.
I don't know how to respond.
All right, just for unidentified Ranger fan, more Tom in this inning, at least for a batter.
Thank you very much for that lovely email.
We aim to please here at Fox Sports Southwest.
What's Robert's last name?
No, it's simply unidentified.
Oh,
fan. I don't even have a gender here, Tag. All right, one more pitch on Tom Cam. It's fouled by Taylor Teagarden. I just want to make you as uncomfortable as possible as a goalie here. So.
Well, as long as the Rangers have a lead, I'm somewhat comfortable.
Well, here's an email from Ranger fan Chad about making up Game 2 lineups in a doubleheader.
Okay.
Do they get made up hours before Game 1, or is there flexibility?
I think a lot of times a manager has a real good idea of the lineup he wants to play in the second game, but I don't know that he writes it out or has his coach write it out until after the first game, because things could happen in the first game that influence who plays in the second game. Obviously, an injury could. But I think a manager, for the most part, before the game, before the doubleheader, knows who he wants to get in and who might not play in the doubleheader. I think he has a pretty good idea of that.
So a general sense, but he's not married to it.
Right. I guess there probably are times where a manager might make out the lineup card for both games, and he could always go back and change it in the second game. A lot of times what a manager likes to do is the day before, after last night's game, for instance, say to the players, an individual player, like maybe to Hank Blaylock, you're going to play the second game tomorrow. You're not playing the first game. Or maybe to Josh, you're in there tomorrow, both games. Taylor Teagarden, let him know who he's catching, which game he's going to catch, so he can kind of prepare for that mentally, and then at the ballpark when he gets there. I think the players have a pretty good idea. I don't think they go into the clubhouse after the first game all wanting to see what the lineup is. I think they have a pretty good idea what it's going to be.
Pretty nice at bat working for Taylor Teagarden, huh? As he was able to go on down to first.
Been on base all 3 times.
Probably the last thing that's going to happen here for Gonzalez. They've got action in the bullpen. They've had it going for a while. They've had Kevin Cameron up. Rangers already leading 5-2. These are the best 2 starters the A's have had in the month of May. Outman and Gonzalez. They're both on the hook here for L's. Tell you about
Dad fought Chuck Norris. My dad was 19 years old. Norris was 27. They fought in a karate tournament about a couple months before Norris started doing all the missing in action films.
Wow, there's a great fact for you.
Don't mess with Josh's dad.
No, Josh Hamilton grabbing life by the horns. That's a Chuck Norris fact you will not get on ChuckNorrisFacts.com.
That's one we didn't know. At least I didn't know.
Our Verizon call to the bullpen here is Kevin Cameron. That is a great time waster, by the way. Go to ChuckNorrisFacts.com. Tag next time you're bored and have your internet going. I just fired it up in between innings. I'm sorry. I'm just browsing it. Hang on. Back to baseball here. Vizquel with the third baseman in a little bit.
Are they Cole Hamill kind of facts?
Yeah, exactly. Well, here, I mean, guns don't kill people. Chuck Norris kills people. Chuck Norris does not sleep. He waits. He uses pepper spray to spice up his steaks. Runner goes. Vizquel is taken care of by Crosby, and Teagarden in his second. That works like a sacrifice. Got the runner down to second now with only one out. Kinsler coming up. Now your Firestone in-game box score. The Rangers leading 5-2. They won the opener 6-3. Here's your little-known Ian Kinsler fact tag. Again, this is from the Sporting News piece that just ran. They asked him who he'd like to trade places with for a day, just for a day. Justin Timberlake. Ian says he's the greatest entertainer of our time. So,
wow,
if he could, just for a day, he'd bring sexy back or some such. Kinsler with a rope, but foul. Ian had the home run in the Yankees game Wednesday night. That accounted for the only Rangers scoring in that game. Well, the Rangers tonight, though, 6 runs in the opener, 5 here in the nightcap. And trying to build on a 5-2 lead. Up in the air towards short. And back on the outfield grass, Cabrera. Feldman figures to be done at around 100 pitches. Jason Jennings still working in that Ranger bullpen. So 6 innings of 2-run baseball. Rangers will take that every time.
Well, they seem to get just about that every time from Scott Feldman. That's 5 straight quality starts in a row. We mentioned since he went into the rotation, he's had 5 starts. He's had 7 starts, excuse me, and his ERA is right about 2.5.
Michael entered action today as one of the top 10 hitters in the league. Still looking for his first hit of this doubleheader. I'm guessing another huge walk-up in terms of the attendance here. Fireworks set for after the game. Big crowd. Hamilton waits for his turn next. Remember, this is the Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant Larry Norwood, I'm sure wouldn't mind if Hambone got a chance to swing the bat. Teagarden, the runner down there at second. Young hammers away to center field. Davis going back at the track. Got it. A Another hard-hit baseball that goes quite a ways off the bat of Michael Young. But his hitless night continues. 5-2 Rangers in the nightcap at the end of 6. Texas Ranger Baseball brought to you by Southwest. Book your next trip at southwest.com. By Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Yard care solutions start at steeldealers.com. By the State of Texas Department of Transportation. Not buckling up can cost you $200. Click it or ticket. And by Miller High Life. Good, honest beer at a tasty price. Rangers won the opener 6-3. They lead the nightcap 5-2 and a pitching change to start the 7th. As anticipated, Jason Jennings on the mound now. He draws the bottom third of the Oakland batting order. That begins with Landon Powell. Jennings with that very sturdy frame. Those tree trunk legs. He's facing a similarly built hitter here. Looks like a couple of fullbacks going after each other here. Jennings against Landon Powell.
Sure does.
Powell, who played his college ball at South Carolina, was just behind, or I guess just ahead of, Justin Smoke, playing first base at South Carolina. Smoke, the prized first base prospect in the Rangers organization. Got him, strike 3. First out, top 7.
Powell didn't like it, to say the least. Jason liked it.
This booth is not unhappy.
No, I liked it. I don't know what the big deal was.
Crowd of 30,496 here tonight. I think most of them probably appreciated it too. Ground ball, second base. We go to Jim Knox.
All right, Josh. Hey, we got Elvis in the building tonight. What's this all about?
Well, I just wanted to prove that Elvis Andrews should be the Rookie of the Year and show him some love, because nobody shows him some love, baby.
I understand your buddies were supposed to dress up, or what happened?
Yeah, they pretty much chickened out, and they know I'm pretty much the cool one, and they're not cool.
All right,
so.
give us one of your moves here. Let's see what you got. Not bad. Looking good in the polyester suit. All right, you are the progressive fan of the game. You got a nice hat and a shirt. Way to go, Elvis. No jelly donuts, but it's good enough, okay? All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Gotta like him. I think he's pretty cool. I wonder if Elvis even knows who Elvis is.
By now, yes.
Know Elvis,
yeah.
don't you?
But he was not named for the entertainer. His mom is named Elvia. And Elvis is only one letter off. But yes, from that first name of Elvis, he, I'm sure, has heard about the king. Road trip to Graceland. The whole team should go.
What would you rather do, go to the White House or Graceland?
Oh, boy.
That's a tough one.
Do I have to pick just one? I've been to the White House. That was amazing. Probably decorated a little different, would be my guess. That ball grounded to short. You just know it's going to be an out when it's hits a shortstop either way, whether it's Elvis or Omar. 7th inning stretch in game 2. With the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. The Rangers, a victor by 3 runs in game 1. They're leading by 3 runs in game 2. 1 strike the count to Josh Hamilton. He's going to bloop one foul back in the crowd of 30,000 plus. Edgar Gonzalez started for Oakland in game 2. Kevin Cameron has been on for the last inning or so. Former San Diego Padre. Rangers had a 4-run bottom of the first here in game 2. Most of the scoring in the opener was done late by the Rangers. Hamilton fouling one down the left side. Folks, you can bring the whole family to a ball game with Coca-Cola Total Family Tickets. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Cokes, a parking pass, and unlimited play in the sports park. For kids 13 and under, anyway. for as little as $15 a person. 972 Rangers, the number to call. And Hamilton down on strikes. Now Nelson Cruz, and strike one to him. A couple more emails for you here, Tag, if you don't mind.
No.
Ranger fan Chris wants to know, is it hard for a hitter to adjust in a doubleheader to a different umpire and a new strike zone one game to the next?
I would say generally no. I don't know that the players, most players, some players maybe, but I don't know that most players really know the umpires well enough to know the strike zones of every umpire. So I'd say no.
I'd say that ball's hit well by Nelly Cruz, but to the deepest part of the park. That's too bad. That would have been 7 home runs in 11 games for Nelly.
I think the biggest thing you have to adjust to is the pitcher. But as far as the strike zone goes, no, I don't think that's that hard a thing to do.
Bob Guerin on his way out. People think they just misspelled Green, but it really is Guerin. Briefly a big league catcher with the Yankees. He was out there long enough to make a pitching change. What a tough year for the A's so far. They're in danger of getting swept here in Arlington. 5-2 Rangers. Coors Light Freeze Cam. Michael Young making a terrific bare hand pickup. Now he's taken to third base just fine. Ranger defense errorless yet again tonight. It's 5-2 Texas in the bottom of the 7th. And the new pitcher for the Oakland A's, Craig Breslow. A guy who has his degree in molecular biophysics from Yale. So if his baseball thing doesn't work out, he's probably still employable.
Talking about umpires, Josh, I think the one time a hitter might have a hard time adjusting would be if there was an extreme hitter's umpire in the first game, an umpire that didn't call a lot of strikes. And then in the second game, you had an extreme pitcher's umpire who did call a lot of strikes. You may go from a game feeling pretty comfortable about taking borderline pitches because they're going to be called balls to a game where you might have to swing at those same pitches because they were called strikes. That would be an extreme case. I think for the most part, though, most umpires blend in together and have relatively similar strike zones. There's some that are known as hitters umpires, some that are known as pitchers umpires, but I think for the most part, they're relatively similar.
C.B. Buckner is our game 2 umpire. One more umpire-related email here. This is from Ranger fan Matt Pack. Wants to know, why does the home plate umpire give the pitcher a new ball every time it barely hits the ground?
That's just the way it is in baseball, in Major League Baseball. I think the feeling is, if the hitter wants to see a new baseball, the umpire has to look at it. And anytime the ball hits the dirt and gets any kind of a scuff mark on it, the pitcher can get a little bit of extra movement because of that scuff mark. And so the umpire will toss the ball out. And I guess we go through 6 or 7 dozen balls every game.
Breslow to the bag.
Nice play.
And he got Blaylock. And a very close play. Thanks for all the emails, everybody. Rangers already a winner once today, 6-3, leading the nightcap 5-2. We're at the end of 7. Came on to pitch the 7th. He will begin the 8th. On the top of the Oakland A's batting order here, Orlando Cabrera, then Adam Kennedy, a couple of former Angels now playing for the A's.
Cabrera is working on his influence the umpire take, where he lifts his hands up over his head.
Gets more and more exaggerated, doesn't it?
Yeah. Cabrera went 0 for 5 in the first game, though. Second game, he's got a couple of hits. Hard hit double in the 3rd inning.
The OC, they called him when he played for the Angels. He played in the OC, Orange County. Chop ball to the MY. No problems getting Cabrera.
Good job by Jason Jennings so far. 4 up, 4 down, throwing a lot of strikes. Using his fastball and his slider.
Adam Kennedy taking off the plate here. All right, run through the scoreboard real quick. The Orioles over the Tigers 7-2. A pair of Luke Scott home runs in that game. Ian Kinsler gliding to his right. Very quickly 2 down. And folks, you can vote right now to help send your favorite Ranger to the 09 All-Star Game in St. Louis. Vote online at TexasRangers.com/All-Star. You get 2 free Ranger tickets when you vote the max of 25 times. Log on at TexasRangers.com/All-Star and cast your ballot. They're all eligible. All those guys. And Ian Kinsler does lead the balloting right now at second base. Josh is among the top 3 outfielders. Yankees are leading the Indians 3-1. That's at the end of 6. And Toronto stopped a 9-game losing streak, beating the Red Sox 6-3. Rays lead the Twins 5-3 in the 9th. Minnesota has slipped under 500 now. Tampa Bay trying to get to 500. Three and 1 to Holiday as the White Sox have taken an 11-2 lead in Kansas City. Shine is off the Kansas City Star a little bit. They're going to drop to 23 and 25. Another foul by Holiday.
The Star is on Kansas City about once every 5 days, though.
Greinke?
When Josh Greinke pitches. Kansas City becomes the best team in baseball when he's on the mound.
Old Greinke still has a sub-1 ERA.
He's unbelievable.
Close, but no. Holiday has walked 3 times in this game. Mike Maddox will come out and chat with Jennings. 8th inning pitch tracker brought to you by Amica. It's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated.
Well, it was inside, not by much, number 6. But that ball was a ball. Good call by the home plate umpire, C.B. Buckner. If we point out the ones that the umpires miss, you have to give them credit for ones that they get.
I agree.
And that was close, but it was not a strike, according to our tracker.
And the Jamaican-born C.B. Buckner got it right. Mariners lead the Angels 2-0 in the 3rd inning. If everything stays the way it is right now, the Rangers could wake up tomorrow morning with a 4.5 game lead in the AL West. Here's Giambi. And a strike. Runner going. Oh, and the throw getting by Vizquel.
That's too bad because they had a shot at him. He had a pretty good jump. Not being held on. But that's one where you better know you can make it.
Yep. Down 5-2.
Yeah, with Giambi at the plate. And I think if Taylor threw that ball right on the bag, they had him.
A little element of surprise there from Holiday. Runs pretty well for a big guy. Right by him at 87 miles an hour. We've seen 88, 89 from Jennings. Remember last year, before he went on the DL, he was topping out around 83. Bounced it to the plate, stopped by Taylor Teagarden.
Well, whichever Ranger catcher is in there, whether it's Salty or Taylor, they can block the ball. They've saved a lot of runs this year. That ball easily could have bounced off his chest protector, slid away from the catcher, and watched the run score. But our catchers are excellent at that.
Two-out pitch. Now the count is full. C.J. Wilson's ready in the bullpen.
I'd have to think CJ will be in there for the next hitter, because if he gets up this inning, he represents the tying run.
High fly ball left field. And 2 scoreless innings for Jason Jennings. The Rangers on the verge now, leading Oakland in the nightcap 5-2. Tonight's Ranger game on Fox Sports Southwest being presented by Amica Insurance. It's not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. For more information, visit amicatexas.com. Back at the ballpark where the Rangers already have banked a 6-3 win. And they're leading the nightcap 5-2. David Murphy opens up in the bottom of the 8th. He's got a 2-hit game going. The Rangers have 8 hits to the A's 5 in this nightcap. They opened up a 4-1 lead at the end of 1. Murphy's bid for a 3-hit night. But taken care of right there at second base by Kennedy. Let's check out the Home Depot presenting doing more on defense. Chris Davis back in game 1. Tumbling catch. And the defenses continue to be real nice here in game 2. Davis first pitch swinging. Left center field, man, he just can't buy a break, this kid. I hope those are supportive cheers and not derisive cheers for Chris. I hope they're hanging with him.
Well, I think they're hanging with him. I think they feel the pain. Chris is a local kid. He's a good kid. He's trying to be good-natured about it. You know, that's just kind of the way it goes. You're struggling. You do exactly what you're trying to do and line the ball in the gap the other way.
I mean, he's working as hard as he can, and it will get better for Chris. It will. 5-2, Rangers on top. And digging the hair.
I wonder whose son that is.
Not mine. Taylor Teagarden hitting.
Like father, like son.
Sure. Brad Ziegler in, trying to get this last out of the 8th inning. He was quite the story last year, unscored on for a good long time. Not going as well in 09. Taylor had the big hit in the first inning after they intentionally walked Chris Davis. Teagarden made the A's pay for that. Gonna pop one way up there down the left field line. Cabrera has got it. And now the Rangers need 3 outs. They won the opener 6-3. They are leading the nightcap 5-2. Book your next trip at Southwest.com. By Romano's Macaroni Grill. By Progressive for a money-saving car insurance quote. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. And by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the all-new F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. It is a save situation. The Rangers already had Frankie Francisco save 1. It's going to be C.J. Wilson called on to save number 2.
And if this is the last day of the season and the Rangers needed to win, I think Frankie probably would be available. But just coming off the disabled list with the tendonitis that he had, I'm sure Ron Washington wants to play it carefully with Frankie. CJ pitched in the first game, pitched very well, threw the ball exceptionally well, maybe as well as he's thrown it in any game this year. He's right back out there for a save opportunity. CJ's had 3 saves. Darren O'Day's had a save. And Frankie, of course, has had 10.
CJ opens here 3-0. Rangers out hitting the Athletics 8-5. Both teams have made 1 error. There's a strike. And there is ball 4. Bobby Crosby coming up. We go to John Radigan.
Yeah, Josh, lots to do on Rangers Live tonight after this one. We feel like because we had the abbreviated show between games, we have so much to get to. So many post-game interviews, hopefully from a happy clubhouse. We didn't even get to hear from Tommy Hunter after Game 1. Perhaps we will hear from him after this one, and certainly from all the principals in this game. Analysis from Steve Busby, who's the hardest-working man in baseball today. It's all coming up. It's Rangers Live right after the game, Josh.
Right on. Thank you. Appreciate it, Rads. And understand John is going with us on the upcoming road trip, too.
Yes.
The more the merrier. 2 quick strikes to Bobby Crosby.
Two quality pitches right there.
Bouncing ball foul. Well, the Rangers got 5 1/3 innings from young Tommy Hunter in the opener. Scott Feldman gave him 6 in Game 2. Now the bullpen trying to seal the deal as they were able to do in that opening game. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. 7:05 first pitch tomorrow. Brandon McCarthy will throw it. Little bloop. Chris Davis in pursuit. The bobble, he couldn't hold it. And the at-bat will continue. No error given, simply a no play.
That's what you won't see very often. The ball bounce out of Chris's glove. Not that that's a simple play with your back straight to the ball.
That one moving inside to Crosby. 2-2.
CJ, I would think, is not an easy guy to catch because he throws hard and his ball moves in different directions.
That one moves towards Michael Young, who spins. Wow. 1 there, 2 down, double play.
That wasn't an easy double play because it wasn't an exceptionally hard hit ball, but it took a tricky hop. And Michael stays with the hop, spins, and throws a strike. And Ian, of course, with a strong arm, turns it. Nice play.
The Rangers are an out away from being 10 games over 500. 10. Strike 1 to Landon Powell. It has been a highly enjoyable magic carpet ride through the first 2 months of the season. Strike 2.
Pretty good response from the fans right here.
This community very deserving of a team like this. Fundamentally outstanding, charismatic, fun. Best record in the American League. Michael Young charging, scooping, firing, ball